right, and welcome to another episode of JD's Deep Cut Sunday Tracks midweek edition. Hey, missed you all, VC. A couple weeks went by. I got busy, work, left the state, did some traveling. Well, not traveling. Took a little vacation. Went to Texas. Got some good stories there. Okay, visited a couple friends in Texas. Just stuff came through, and I wanted to make time, but for one reason or the other. But I'm back. I'm back here. We're back with the midweek edition. Okay. Hopefully you watched some of the videos. Almost up to 100 there. Okay. So the midweek, of course, dedicated to the new wave, dark wave, gothic rock. Okay. We have a good one today. This band did hit it a little big on the 80s, early 80s. But now, I mean, it seems like we don't hear of them anymore. I believe they just released a new album, but they've been around since the late 70s. Hit it big in the new wave, at least, charts. But again, they've fallen through the cracks. Haven't heard of them in a while. I really like this band a lot. They had that 80s sound, but they weren't thrown into that pop 80s, if you will. I really distinguish 80s music. When you think of 80s, you think of the pop artists, Madonna, Michael Jackson. Nothing wrong with them; they're great artists. But then you have the new wave bands or artists. Like the one we're going to talk about. Then you have the pop. Then you had the R&B soul, all that stuff. So there was a lot of stuff in there going on. But when you think of new wave, you think right away, of course, Depeche Mode, The Cure, right away those come up. Culture Club, those types of bands. But this band we're talking about, they had a big hit, but they weren't like, that sound they had wasn't exactly the pop sound, They were more of an artsy rock, pop art rock, if you will, new wave. But it wasn't, if you listen to their records, it wasn't, the trendy stuff, Great band again. So band we're talking about is The Fix, okay? We're going to talk about their second album, Reach the Beach. Contains my favorite song of theirs, and that's the one we're going to talk about. Coming to you from another angle here, tried something different. This album was released in May of '83. Really good album. Might be my favorite. Okay, it was between this song I'm going to talk about and another song. Okay, but the song is Saved by Zero. Okay, I'm sure most of you have heard it, but if you dissect this song, listen to it. Production credits are amazing. The producer is amazing. Okay. But it's a really good album, really good song, okay? Kind of a mid-tempo-y, slow, okay? Great vocals. There's the four members. You got Cy Curnin on vocals. James Westorm on guitar. Great guitar player. This guy, very underrated. You don't really hear him, but if you hear the guitar work on this album, or in general on The Fix, it is amazing. The effects, the clean sounds he had, wow. Rupert Greenhall was the keyboardist. Adam Woods was the drummer. They didn't have an official bass player on this album. They had a couple session bass players. Alfie Agius was the studio bass player, but I guess he left during the work of this album. And then Dan Brown came in, and then he became a full-fledged member on the album after this. But this is a really good album. I give the producer a lot of credit. Rupert Hines was the producer. Rupert is a great master songwriter, producer, synth master. He's produced a lot of albums, and you can tell when he's the producer. All these songs were written by Adam and Cy Curnin. But again, Rupert, you can hear his big influence. I'm actually looking for his album Immunity. It's like a synth album, really good. But he was doing this stuff way back in the early 70s. Of that sound, like I said, it's an 80s sound, but not your cliche pop sound. Okay, but yeah, it's a really good album. I love the artwork. Very distinct artwork. Um, Compliments of George Underwood. George Underwood was he was a musician at first, had a few bands in the beginning. Worked with David Bowie, became David Bowie's collaborator. Um, he's responsible for the different colored eye for Bowie. If some of you knew that or not, but I guess way back in the day they got in a fight over some girl, and George punched him in the eye, and that's how Bowie got a different colored eye, green or blue, something like that. But it made Bowie very genuine, very mysterious with that different colored eye. Okay? But yeah, George Underwood, check out his art. He's done stuff for Bowie, Procol Harum, a bunch of different covers of albums. Um, Not the Hoople, I think he did an album cover, but he did this album for The Fix and Phantoms, I think. But very good artwork, kind of modern, goes with the music if you look at it and if you listen to the music. But yeah, check out Saved by Zero. The guitar on that song is amazing. If you really listen to the guitar sound, it's quite something. It has that clean, very light effects, but the way he does those arpeggios and those chords he hits are very distinct chords, not your typical chords. But yeah, really good vocals on this song as well. But yeah, there's a story, I believe, about Rupert, that he was helped out by Roger Glover from the Deep Purple. I guess he helped him produce his first album, helped him get his feet on the ground, and he became a really good songwriter for bands and stuff. Hot day in SoCal today. We got Santana coming in. Hopefully it's the last day. But yeah, check it out. Rupert Hine. I mean, it's a treat to get an album produced by him, because you can really hear his influence on the album, his arrangements, and he just kind of makes it his. But of course, the band's the main songwriters of the song. But on this album, you could really hear his influence. Really good. Check out his solo stuff; it's really good. I'm still in the search of his album. One of his albums, Immunity. Trying to get that. Okay. So yeah, Saved by Zero, released in '83, off their second album, Reach the Beach. I think this was the first single, and then they released One Thing Leads to Another, which became a little bit bigger. But I like Saved by Zero. It's a really good song. Again, that guitar is just it's really good. It's really amazing. But yeah, this is a good example of a new wave art rock band. Like Police. You got those rhythms. That sound. Of course, the Police throws in that calypso, reggae, ska-y sometimes. Not so much the Fix, but you could hear that the drum sound, the guitar. It's really good. So yeah, check out Reach the Beach. Again, thank you for watching, VC. Sorry I was off there by 2 weeks, but went to Texas, went to Austin and San Antonio, visited a couple friends, and kind of threw in a couple of concerts there. We went to the F1, Formula One. The Killers was there. We saw them, and then we saw Queen. Really good, amazing shows, both of them. I think they were just both up there. I love the Killers and Queen, of course, with Adam Lambert. It's really good if you get a chance. But the Formula One was amazing. The videos don't give it justice. You got to be there to experience those races. They're amazing. Okay. So yeah, I was doing that. Got busy with work, so really make an effort sometimes, to do it when I'm out there. But it's for one reason or the other. But we're back. Hopefully, you got caught up on some videos there. So yeah, check out Saved by Zero by The Fix. Great song, great album. So thank you for watching the midweek edition. I'll see you on Sunday. Got some stuff lined up in the pipeline there. All right, and you have a great rest of the week. I'll see you Sunday. All right.